Okay, I want to do a quick video on the topic of safety concerns in Korea. And part of this is due to the Deen situation. Some of you are familiar with him. He's a good YouTuber. I'm subscribed to his channel, and he did a video earlier in the month about a very troubling experience he had where a fan was outside of his home and actually forced his way into Ben's residence after he had just got done recording a live stream and was trying to get information from him to possibly steal his identity and travel abroad. Very disturbing situation. He can't talk a lot about that situation, but he did make a video, and I will link that in the description box down below. For those of you who've gone to my blog, WaygookinWay.com, some of you have talked to me privately about having your own security concerns about going to Korea, living in Korea. That has more to do possibly with maybe some of the dramas you've seen talking about gangsters and underworld stuff, or threats from North Korea and the regime there. And so my thoughts on safety and things of that nature are as follows. Just as a background, I am a taller person. I am 194 centimeters tall, roughly 6'4" for those of you from the US. And I'm basically a big black guy. So here in the US, there are times where pretty much any time I'm out, I just need to keep my head on a swivel just because of the environment now, where people feel open about being racist and being hateful and trying to commit crimes against a person. So there's times where I can go to Walmart and I'll be followed around by people and things of that nature. So as far as concerns I had when I was in Korea, it's going to be about 2 years ago. I didn't have any safety concerns at that time, and I don't feel that I would have any safety concerns going there now. In Ben's situation, he is a YouTuber who within a year did everything the right way and got to about 250,000 subscribers, and actually he's over 300,000 subscribers right now. So he's becoming more popular. His mukbangs are becoming more popular, so he is getting notice and attention in Korea as well as the US. Korea is known for having people who are crazy fans. This is definitely an extreme case when you hear his story in the video, but Korea's had reputation of having fans that would go to great lengths to find where their favorite K-pop idol is, where they're living, trying to break into their place. We've seen that in the United States as well, with famous stars such as Chris Brown having people breaking into his residence. But definitely Korea can sometimes take it to a whole another level. As far as safety concerns with that, in the overall scheme of things, it is a rare thing. A lot of apartments, if they're newer in Korea, there is the whole intercom system. You have to buzz a person, they have to let you in. Some have a doorman, so if you seem suspicious, they just won't let you in. And other security measures like that. A lot of newer apartments also have video system to where you see who is outside of your door before you even open the door, so you can check for things like that. As far as situations I was in when I was in Korea, for a week I was staying in Gangnam, which for those of you who are not familiar with Gangnam, people describe it as the Beverly Hills of Korea. For me, if I was in a wealthy neighborhood here in the US, I would be followed around. I would possibly have people wanting to stop and stare at me. Never had any concerns like that when I was in Korea whatsoever. There were times, I remember one time I was out with a friend and we're walking through the middle of a field and it's 2 in the morning, which a lot of people wouldn't want to walk in that type of an area here in the US that late at night, or just walk around in general at 2 in the morning, and yet felt totally safe. Riding public transportation, there's some people that live in areas where there's subways. They don't like taking the subway unless they absolutely have to because of security risk. Never felt any issue on the subway. Taking the bus from one end of Korea to the other by myself, no safety concerns whatsoever. Korea is a place that has a lot fewer guns and a lot fewer gun deaths, and people generally don't interact with strangers too much in Korea. So as far as someone coming up and approaching you for stuff, it doesn't happen as often as it would in the US. Right now, at least where I'm at in the US, there's a lot of times where I'll go shopping, maybe pick up a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and somebody will come up to me in a parking lot asking for money, asking for anything, and they're not even coming from the front, they're coming from behind me or they're coming from the side, so it's a big safety concern for myself. But as far as his situation, Deen, it is definitely an extreme situation. It's definitely one that has him shook up, and rightfully so. But as for me, I actually feel a lot safer when I was in Korea than I do here, and that's even knowing that I was probably less than 200 kilometers from the North Korean border. So if something did happen, Seoul is naturally the first target, and I was at the very top of Seoul after I left Gangnam. I was in Dobong-gu, so even though it's a war zone, it just didn't feel dangerous to me. Now, if I had a bad experience, I would feel different, but no bad experiences. Even going to the airport to come back to the States, I went to take my shoes off as a habit, and the people at security basically laughed at me and said, "You don't have to do that in this country." So, even though it's a war zone, technically, because it's one of the longest ongoing wars in human history, there is a safety that people feel in Korea, and for me, I would feel a lot safer there than I do here in the US. Even my family has commented that they would feel I would be safer living in Seoul than I would anywhere here in the US. So if you're somebody that is wanting to move to Korea and you have some specific questions about what I went through, what I saw, then by all means go ahead and ask me. Or if you want me to do more of a comparison between what I went through there and what I've gone through here, then by all means leave a comment down below. But thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.